So, so we have a new quarterback. Well, last year we got a new quarterback in New York, right? Aaron Rodgers, who was just formerly on Wayne's favorite team, the Packers.
Yep.
I'm just wondering, going back in time, like, what were those battles like with the Packers and Aaron Rodgers? Like, when you guys matched up, like, how was that?
So I loved, obviously that's one of the great organizations in the NFL. The Packers, I think they have this, and we got to play at Lambeau when I went to the Bucks, and it was like this aura of Lambeau Field, which is just a great stadium. And if you love football and you love the history of the sport, then you love going to places like that, because probably a lot like going to the Garden that hopefully you guys don't take for granted. But there's some places that have a lot more significance than others. So that was always a battle. And when you play those other good teams, you just knew that your margin of error was so small. And there were challenges to all those games. I obviously never went against Aaron, but I admired him so much for how he played. I'm really excited for what he's about to undertake here shortly going to the season. And I think you have those injuries, they put a lot of things in perspective for you when you have them. And then I want to see the fire that he's got when he goes out there on the field and how he chooses to lead the team this year. So it's going to be an exciting year for the Jet fans.
Speaking of, like, Lambeau being one of your favorite places to play, like you just said, where's one of your favorite places to perform? What city?
For me, one of my favorite cities to perform in is wherever the next city that I'm performing in. And that is the God honest truth. Because it gets better every time. Every single time.
You know what that sounds like? Whenever someone asks him, what's your favorite ring? He says the next one. So actually, now that it's over, what's your favorite ring?
I'd say they're like your children. They're all special for different reasons. And I think that they all have different significance, I would say. I'd say the greatest game I was ever a part of was the one where we beat Atlanta. And sometimes even the next day, I remember I turned the tape on, because, as a player, you don't see so much of what's going on. You just kind of see it from your little narrow perspective. And I remember going back, and the times that I've watched that game ever since, I go, holy shit, I still can't believe we won that game, because there were so many plays that it was 1 inch here, 1 inch there, and I'm just happy we were on the right side of winning that. We were on the wrong side a few times, but we were on the right side that particular night.
And that was one of the craziest games ever. I'm not sure if I'm sure you know about the New Orleans and Atlanta rivalry.
Oh, yeah.
You was the man in New Orleans that night. What?
Tom, now that your playing days are over, how do you stay competitive in your daily life? How do you feel that fire still?
I think for me, I think there's parts where I feel like my competitiveness is finished, and it's not that I don't want to be, like the best I could be when I try to do something new, like I'm getting into broadcasting. I want to do a great job. There's a lot of people counting on me. There's a lot of people that committed to me, and I want to show up and be great for them. But in terms of like competition, it's always in there to a degree, but I'm happy I don't have to go out there and fight those battles anymore. I did enough of that. I'm happy I get to see other people compete now and appreciate it from, a different perspective. It's nice to be that gladiator down there. It's nice to be that warrior, but it's also nice to sit back and watch other people do that too. So whether it's, Josh and Jalen, watching them compete, I went to the Olympics a couple weeks ago, and it was like an amazing experience, because there's a lot of sports, man, we never even see that these athletes have committed so much of their life to. And when you do that, it's like it's pretty like euphoric when you see them succeed, because the commitment that it takes for them to do that. So I really love seeing other athletes succeed. I love seeing other people really commit to something and achieve their goals. And I think sitting on the couch now enjoying that's probably a little better part of my life, than I probably would have thought.
We got a few guests on the side stage.
So, well, with Wayne, with you, right? Because you talked about it a little bit earlier. It's like y'all don't have the window that athletes do, right? You're able to put out content and create music and content for as long as you really want.
Exactly. Look at Snoop.
But besides that, what are some of the other out the studio, out the booth things that you like? Obviously, you have the sports agency.
Yeah, that. But the main thing outside of the booth for me is Cameron, Meatball, Tony, and Regine. Those are my kids. That's the main thing that matters. It's the only, everything else is awesome. Everything else is awesome. The sports agency, which I try my hardest at. I try my hardest to be better. Man, wait, that's another story. But the sports agency is awesome. Also, I have a skate. I got a skate team. I got a skate squad. I got a whole squad. So that's awesome as well. But it's all about the kids. And also, they at a certain age now that now they're at that age where they're trying to figure out what they really want to do or what they're thinking about doing. And I got to be there for that.
Speaking of sports, we know that you're a Packers fan. I don't know how, because we know where you're from. But who's your favorite NBA team, and what team do you like watching or do you have your eyes on the most?
I'm a Laker fan because of Kobe Bryant.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And my loyalty is just the way it's just natural. So I just never. That's why I'm a Packer fan, because they won the Super Bowl in New Orleans in like 1995 or something like that. And so they were on like the cover of Madden the next year. I'm gonna stump you with the Packers, because they want to stay the fan from there.
This episode is brought to you by Whoop.
Whoop is a 24/7 health and fitness wearable that tracks your daily activity like other wearables. But where it really shines is in its detailed breakdowns of your sleep, recovery, stress, and more to help provide you with personalized insights and feedback on your health.
I've been wearing Whoop for the last 4 years, and it's really helped me understand my recovery and sleep and make sure I'm prepared for when I need to be at my absolute best.
It's not just for professional athletes, though. I've also been wearing Whoop for about 3 or 4 years, and it really helps me stay on top of my health, get a deeper insight into my sleep. It's the first thing I check every morning. It gives you a recovery score based on your sleep and your body's vitals, and it acts as your daily guide for how much you should push yourself in your workouts.
Ooh, I was 93% recovered.
Mine was a 55.
Dang.
But see, that's because I'm pushing my body these days, and you're resting your body. Throughout the day, Whoop tracks every heartbeat and keeps you updated on the exertion and stress you're putting on your body. Then each night, Whoop will give you a suggested bedtime based on your day and how recovered you'd like to be the following day. Whoop can help track it all to show you the positives and negatives of your lifestyle.
Want to try for yourself? Try Whoop for 1 month free on us and get your health journey started.